And welcome to 484 of the Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast. I'm Sean.
And I'm Ian, and this is the only podcast that says,
You will listen to me. Listen! The other ships will be looking to us, to the Pearl, to lead. And what will they see? Frightened bilge rats aboard a derelict ship? No. They will see free men and freedom. And what our enemy will see will be the flash of our cannons. They will hear the ringing of our swords. And they will know what we can do. By the sweat of our brow, by the strength of our backs, and the courage of our hearts. Gentlemen, hoist the colors.
nice.
Yes. I love that speech. It came to mind, somebody posted, it was like, when you talk about inspirational speeches in movies, this has to rank near the top.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of inspirational speeches, but, that one is, that's powerful. That's that gets you fired up and ready.
Yeah. What is that?
What's what? What?
Oh, it was just a
Little fuzz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looked like a leech. Stand by me leech.
Oh, shit. Whoa.
I was like, sorry.
Hey, really concerned about where that came from.
Yeah,
I haven't been in water or anything. I haven't been in a pool all summer.
It's either a leech or melanoma.
Yeah. So how are you, sir? I'm really concerned for my well-being there.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Any big Labor Day plans for you?
Nah.
No, me neither. I work. I'm actually working that day. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing, crazy.
Yeah. That's good.
Trying to think of anything else.
Yeah.
No crazy Labor Day plans.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Big weekend for football.
Yeah.
College football kicked off. Oh, the backyard brawl.
Yeah.
Oh,
I couldn't even watch it. I was listening to it.
where are you?
Yeah.
You're driving home?
Yeah.
Oh.
I watched the highlights.
Yeah.
Mayhem.
I loved how you saw these reports on Twitter and from the national media it's going to be 75% West Virginia and Heinz Field. Yeah, that was complete bullshit. It was the other way around.
Yeah.
It was 75%.
I mean, Morgantown travels well. I'm giving them credit.
And I have been to plenty of those games where I can honestly say it's been 50-50. But
Not at that game.
no. It was it was one of those, because usually if you go to a Pitt West Virginia game at Heinz Field, it's the bottom bowl is all Pitt fans, and then the upper deck is all West Virginia.
Yeah.
Normally, I've been to I've had to sit around some some West Virginia faithful who
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into it all, but it's one of those deals where it's they can be scattered throughout, but the majority of it was always in the upper deck. When they were announcing it's 75-25 West Virginia, I was like, get the fuck out of here. There's no way. I've been to enough of these games. I know the season ticket holders are going to show out. That lower bowl will be all Pitt.
Yeah.
The student section will be jam-packed for a Pitt West Virginia game.
Yeah.
That place will be rocking, and I can see it. I was saying it's going to be 50-50. Pitt West Virginia, Pitt Penn State, Pitt Notre Dame. It's usually a 50-50 crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say from the sound of things, it sounded like it was 75-25 Pitt.
Yeah.
And if it was 75-25 West Virginia fans, it was really nice of them to cheer for that last pick six.
Right.
Because that place was rolling at that point.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was phenomenal. And then I flipped over the Fox and I watched the end of that Penn State game.
Yeah.
And I was so close to an upset.
Yeah.
They pulled it out by the hairs of their chinny chin chin there, but Oh, so close to an upset. I thought nothing could be better. How can it get any better? This is heaven.
Yeah.
But Penn State pulled it out, unfortunately.
I was listening to the game on West Virginia radio.
Oh.
So I was getting the other side of it. Right?
Yeah. Oh, I could imagine.
And, they love their team.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. So there's Bill Hillgrove.
Yeah. But when it got down to that final play,
yeah,
they were like, "Oh, his hand was under there." I don't know. That's that's not right. And this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I went, okay. I couldn't see anything, so
right.
I looked at it today. I was like, that ball skipped.
Yeah,
that ball was clearly on the turf.
Yeah,
I don't know how you can. I don't know how you can sit there as an announcer and say,
yeah,
well, I don't know. I think that was a bad call. That ball was caught. The hand was underneath. No, it wasn't. It was clear. I mean, it can't get any more clear than that. The ball hit the turf.
It was like he had his right hand, like kind of. He had his left hand kind of like under a portion of the ball, and his right hand was on top of it, like in the middle of it, and he used the ground to stabilize it.
Yeah.
His hand wasn't under the ball, but it was kind of like cupping it. Like a boob almost, like, you know what I mean? Like he was kind of cupping it, like one corner of it, and the ground stabilized it.
I mean, you could see where the ball was hitting the turf.
Yeah, the ball moved because it would hit the turf.
Yeah,
he never had control of that.
Yeah, because after the game, it was like, oh, I hate to see a loss like that go out like that, and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, shit happens, but I mean, it's clear. You know what I mean? If it wasn't clear, I can see the argument. But it was clear as day.
Yeah, I saw a lot of West Virginia fans trying to argue that. And I was just like, man, you need a better hill to stand on, my friend. Because, I mean, that... Like, it...
And all these targeting calls.
That was my biggest problem. That game was 4+ hours. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like... And I get it, like, especially at the college football level, and it's a hard-hitting game, from both sides.
Yeah.
But, like, to me, like, the referees, like, especially the one at the end, and this is the one that the West Virginia coach was like, well, I guess I don't know what targeting is. It was clear as day, like, when I watched the play, he hit him. His head was nowhere near the play. Like, if you want to call it a defenseless receiver, I might have bought that with the way he kind of was. But it was, like, there was no head-to-head contact.
Yeah.
He didn't lead with the head. He led with his shoulder and hit him, in all honesty, with his hands first.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really targeting. It was just the way the guy went down and the way he got hit and his head whipped. You're thinking, oh, yeah, that's definitely targeting. But like even at first glance, I was like, no, that's not targeting. His head, that wasn't head to head.
Was that against us or was that against West?
That was against us.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing. Like, so they reviewed it, they determined it wasn't targeting, and like the West Virginia bench went nuts because if you look at it, yeah, his head whiplashed, but his head whiplashed because of the way he got hit, not because of how he like. There's a difference, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he got hit in a way that caused his head to get whiplashed back, but the way he got hit wasn't a targeting call.
Right.
Yeah.
How about that pick six, though?
Oh. Like, that's... And the thing is, and this is the thing I hate, that number 0 was killing us.
Yeah.
All game long.
Yeah.
All game long, he was making plays. And that's the one time he didn't come down with a catch, and it goes the other way.
Yeah.
And it's like, it sucks for him because, like, if we've learned anything from, like, Pat McAfee missed 2 field goals in the 13-9 game.
Yeah.
Cost him a national championship, essentially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He got death threats after that.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine what this kid went through with the first, the revival of the backyard brawl, You're going in, you've got a chance to tie the game up or put the game away, and instead it goes off your hands and it's a pick six the other way, and that's the game-winning score.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's brutal.
Yeah.
You know?
It was a crazy game.
It was. It was a sloppy game.
Oh, yeah.
There were a lot of penalties. I'm like, oh, man, this is bad. But the way I was looking at it, like, especially in college football, like, there is no preseason, and most teams are playing cupcakes.
Yeah.
Like, they're playing, Duquesne.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And so for, like, Pitt and West Virginia, like, game number 1, and then Pitt's got Tennessee next week, they don't have that tune-up game. So, and neither did West Virginia, so it was a little bit more sloppy. There were a few more penalties I would like to have seen called, but with it being the first game of the season, I can understand why.
Right. Anyway. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Good win. Hail to Pitt.
Hail to Pitt. And then yesterday, up on the hill, we opened up Gladiator Stadium.
Yeah, they got destroyed.
They did. In Gladiator fashion,
The girls went to the game.
I didn't get to go. There's a part of me was sad I didn't get to go, and a part of me was happy I didn't get to go.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I'd like to have been there. Like, they had this whole big thing for, like, football alumni. And they did it at the closing of Glassport Stadium. And, I didn't get to go to that. And I didn't get to go to this. And there's a part of me that was like, I'd like to be there because I'd like to be involved. I played there. That's a very big part of me. And there's a part of me that was kind of glad I didn't go because there's a lot of people that were like, I was looking through some pictures. I'm like, and there are a lot of people that were there that I would not have wanted to associate with. And I know they would have come up and, glad-handed me.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Yeah. Like, my old head coach was
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I hate that guy. I do. Like, I would not have shaken his hand.
Really?
Really. Like, I would have, I would have done everything in my power to make sure his path and my path did not cross.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, it's shit like that. Like, he hated me, I hated him. I'm sure he was like, hey, Sean Coon, how you doing? Shut the fuck up. I don't care if you're an old man. So am I.
I get that.
And there's like one guy, like, I mean, I hated him when we played football. He hated me when we played football. But like, he sees Tracy all the time because their kids are in the same grade.
Uh-huh.
And he's always like, hey, how's your brother doing? My sister, my sister's like, don't ask about my fucking brother. You don't care about him.
Is that what she said?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't give a fuck about Sean.
Nice.
You didn't care about him when you were in high school. Why would you care about him now? Well, no, don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to see. There are like people like there were some people I would have liked to have seen. But overall, I would have probably been like miserable and So I'm glad I didn't go. But there was a part of me that like I wish I had just gone. Like I wish I hadn't even been a part of the like alumni. Like maybe just gone to the game anonymously, like without saying like, oh yeah, I'm Sean Coon, class of '91.
Yeah.
Well, you said the girls went to the game. I mean, they text they on Facebook they replied to my tweet and their thing and they said it was a nice stadium.
Yeah, they like this stadium.
Yeah.
There was like a bunch of trash kids like fucking it up on the side though. There was like no security.
Yeah.
It was like mayhem. The girl said.
That's surprising.
Yeah, it was just like nobody was stopping them.
Yeah.
One kid had a bullhorn. I mean, like, it was fucking crazy. They started throwing trash and bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one stopped them.
Yeah.
They just let them go.
I'm surprised about the lack of security. Like, you would think, like, with a new stadium like that, I mean, I know at the old stadium there was no security. Maybe
I wouldn't say that, because the games I went to, there was always security going in.
Yeah.
Like
it may have been
like at the field.
Like an off-duty cop, like at the entryway, and that's about it.
Yeah, there were Glassport police. There was a big police presence there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought that was kind of weird.
That is weird. Because that's what I would, like, with a brand new stadium, Like the only other thing I'd like to see, I like to see
they broke a bench.
Yeah, I'd like to I'd like to have seen the locker rooms.
Yeah,
because I remember how the locker rooms were when I played. And and don't get me wrong, Glassport Stadium was built in 1950. I graduated in 1991. When I played there, it was a shithole.
Yeah.
It's been a shithole for 30 years.
Yeah.
And when I had been there, it was only 30 years old at the time. 40 years old.
Yeah.
So it was a shithole of a stadium when I played there. So I would like to see what did this money buy from a locker room standpoint?
Right.
You know what I mean? What are the what's the where do the players work out?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's the stuff that interests me more than anything else. That, and I've never stood on turf before.
Yeah.
Yeah, this whatever this stuff is now, this new turf that they use. I never played. I never played on AstroTurf. I always played on grass.
Yeah.
So happy I never played on AstroTurf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because all that was a fucking carpet over concrete.
Yeah.
That wasn't. There was no give to that. At least the stuff that they use now, this synthetic turf, at least it has the rubber underneath it and the sand, so it has
a
give to it.
Yeah.
But overall, I still hate. I'd still prefer to play on natural grass than that. But I get why high schools do it. It's a multi-purpose facility. It's going to be used for track. It's going to be used for soccer. It's going to be used for football. You can't have a natural grass field for something like that. You have, it just from the economic standpoint, it makes more sense to have.
Yeah, because by October you have a mud pit.
Yeah,
a lot of times.
Right.
And you're putting straw down, anything you can do to.
And when I played, it was, only the high school played down at the Glassport Stadium. Only the football team.
Yeah.
The soccer team played up at the high school, and the soccer field was also the baseball field.
Yeah.
So it wasn't I know later on they converted to they played soccer games down at the stadium, but when I played, that was strictly for football.
They have soccer fields now up there.
Yeah. Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, huge area.
Yeah.
They must have bought. But
I know that's one of the things
when you come up from Liberty to the school.
Yeah.
If you come up, you can make a right turn, and that takes you to this. There's enough for 3 full-length soccer fields up there. It's huge.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where they play soccer.
Yeah.
And I think they're baseball diamonds there too. They're practice diamonds across there in the front, but I think the main baseball diamond is up top. I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a huge area.
Yeah, I don't know. It's changed a lot since I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this stadium's.
I was just wondering about parking. I don't know where these people parked.
They said they had accommodations for 800 cars on campus.
Yeah.
It's supposed to hold, I think, 1,500 people.
Yeah.
That's or crazy. So if they have on campus, they can accommodate that many. Because I think the big thing is they want to be able to attract playoff games too.
Yeah.
That's extra revenue for the school district to have to host a playoff game.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't do the Glassport Stadium.
Yeah.
It didn't have the parking. It didn't have the amenities. It had nothing. That, like I said, it was a shithole.
Right.
So, this is one of the things that I saw in an interview with the superintendent or something. He was talking about one of the things we talked about is what can we do to make this viable to attract WPIL playoff games.
Sure.
To be a host. So we shall see. So that was that.
Did you watch anything this week?
I watched I watched episode 2 of House of the Dragon.
I did too.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I'm intrigued to see where this is all going. There's a lot of fuckery afoot.
Yeah, there is.
But I expect the thing I love is like it's like right off the bat too. Like, it's like there's no fuck like it's like you already know what the world's about. You already know who the houses are. Here's the fuckery. Yeah. Like it's just already like right out the gate. Like episode 1, episode 2, shit's afoot. You know.
Right.
And so I love that. Like it's like that's the good thing about it. But like I mean. I really like Matt Smith in this.
Yeah, he's good, right?
He's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like my favorite part of the set.
Yeah.
He's like such a dick.
Like that standoff on the stairs at Dragonstone was so fucking good.
I know.
And when she showed up.
Yeah, on her dragon.
On her dragon, and she like walked over and she like, either stop fucking around or kill me.
Yeah.
You know? Just do it. I'm the only thing standing in your way. So just kill me or be done with it. Right. You know. And like I even like the part like where she like asked like, whose egg did he take? And when she found out, she was like pissed.
Right.
Pissed about it.
Yeah.
Like how dare you son of a bitch. You know.
Then he throws it at her.
Yeah. But I like that they talk to like old Valerian.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like. It's shit like it's little things like that I like about the show, and it's like really so fucking good. Your dad was pissed off, and he's like, "Look, I fucking fixed it. I got the egg back, and there was no bloodshed."
Yeah, sit down.
Yeah, sit down, old man.
Yeah, because you're marrying my best friend.
Yeah, yeah, that's some bullshit. There's some fuckery.
Yeah, and the 12-year-old.
Oh my, yeah, that was the most uncomfortable thing I've had to sit through in a Game of Thrones episode. Like, that was more uncomfortable than the rape of Sansa. Like,
yeah.
Like, you know, like, because she's like, I don't have to bed you till I'm 14. I'm like, oh my God.
Shut up, child.
Yeah, don't. Just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was extraordinarily uncomfortable.
You shouldn't even know this stuff.
Yeah.
You're still playing with dollies, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I think that I still say it was some of the most uncomfortable parts for me in the original Game of Thrones was with Ramsay Bolton. Anytime Ramsay was on screen, like it made me sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I hated him.
Yeah.
I did.
And coming off of Joffrey, that's like shocking that you can find somebody you hate even more than Joffrey.
Yeah. And
because Joffrey was a little fucking prick.
Boy, did we.
Yeah. Yeah. Ramsay Bolton, I was like, yeah, that death wasn't heinous enough. And that was a pretty fucking heinous death.
Yeah, it should be worse.
Yeah.
Oh. It was terrible.
Oh,
he was a terrible person.
Yeah.
That was like, it's almost like a career-ending role. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, people look at you as Ramsay Bolton. And he's like one of the nicest people ever.
He is, yeah. I mean, and look at what he had to, he fucking had to be in the Motley Crue. Like, you couldn't even recognize him in that fucking Motley Crue movie.
I know.
You know, like, oh, that was that guy? Oh, fuck him. You know? Yeah. So, yeah.
It's a good documentary.
Yeah.
I like that. Anyway.
But yeah, so this has been very, very good. And, yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes today of The Rings of Power.
Oh, man, it just takes you right there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I loved it. Personally.
Well, it's funny because it's like, here's these 2 shows that are kind of like in the same genre.
Yes.
Okay? But they couldn't be more of a contrast of each other if it was at all possible.
Yeah.
Like, where Game of Thrones is like your Marlboro smoking uncle who comes around and, you know, with like a 6-pack of Bud. You know, it's like, you know, he's what? I just described you.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, but like that guy, he's like
cool.
Yeah, he's got like the Hawaiian shirt on and Like the shitty little hat, and he's just like, hey, I'll take care of you, buddy.
Looks like Nick Nolte.
Yeah. Uncle Nick's got your back. And then there's like the Rings of Power, which is like like the perfect family. Like it's like this is like wholesome almost, and this is like
evil.
Yeah, like
But in regard to the rings,
the uncle that takes you to the titty bar when you're 19. Yeah.
I thought it was amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean, first off, it looked beautiful.
All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was like, holy stink.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't believe. I was excited just for the scenes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh
like,
yeah.
Oh man, was it good?
Yeah, like extraordinarily well done, and like the music. I know Howard Shore got a music credit, but I don't think I think he just because he's the inspiration for a lot of the music that they're doing and using.
Yeah.
And I was just like watching, like, oh, this is amazing.
It was.
Acting
was good.
Yeah.
What's her name? The main.
Gladriel.
Yeah. Amazing. Fight scene with the fucking ice troll.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when she came on, like that dude just put his sword down and she ran right up it, and I'm like, oh shit!
Yeah, badass.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. I really the storyline that I like the most is actually with the barefoot.
The Hobbit girl and
the pre-hobbits.
Yeah.
Not hobbits yet.
Yeah. Yeah, they will be eventually.
But I like that storyline.
Right. I mean, I think that's Gandalf.
I swear to God, and everybody's saying it's not, but I was like, come on, man. That's Gandalf the Grey. Look how fucking tall he is.
Yeah.
Look at his eyes. His crystal blue eyes.
Yeah. It's got to be Gandalf.
And she has almost similar eyes.
Yeah.
Has to be. Maybe that's where his affection for the hobbits came.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, as good people, because they're helpers and they helped him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know who else. I mean, it's not Sauron. You know what I mean? It's
Sauron.
It's Sauron.
Yeah. Sauron is the bad guy.
Yeah.
Sauron is...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's anything like that.
Yeah.
But the way he first got up and everything dimmed and got dark, and I mean, that's straight from the movies that you saw. He did that a couple times. Especially when he did The Hobbit.
Yeah.
When he was telling the dwarves off.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of shit. And I'm like, come on now. That's prophecy. It's coming down. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like the second I saw him, I'm like, is that fucking Gandalf?
I was like, yeah. Is he alive during this period? I know he had a romantic relationship with her.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah. Yeah, because they mentioned it in The Hobbit.
Yeah. So, well, sort of.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, it's like,
It's...
Yeah, we fucked around.
Yeah. Like, lost love.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Introduce a character that looks just like him to be Gandalf? You know what I mean? Or is this, like, before his time? I didn't know how old Gandalf was.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I feel like it just makes sense, though. It would be Gandalf.
Yeah, the beginning of Gandalf. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was good.
Yeah.
I like the whole elf and human interaction. I thought that was good.
Yeah.
At first, I thought that was Wormtail from. Is that him?
No.
I thought it was.
No, I mean, this is too far back. I mean, this
No, not Wormtail. The eunuch from Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Khaleesi's right hand.
Yeah, that might be. I have to look and see. I don't know.
Wasn't his name Worm?
Yeah.
In Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up here real quick.
But he was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody in it's amazing. I fucking love it. Nice.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's hit the pause button. All right. Ian cleaning up his mess.
Right. Yeah, so it's good.
Yeah, it's very good.
It just took me right back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it took me right back to that world, which I appreciated, and it's doing it better than they did in The Hobbit.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
I know that's sacrilege to some people, but I really didn't enjoy The Hobbit all that much. I did and I didn't. There were parts of it that I loved.
Yeah, there are. There's a trilogy. I think we discussed. I think the problem with The Hobbit is it should have been 2, not 3.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't need to be three movies. That's just greed.
It is greed.
But overall, like I enjoyed the Hobbit movies, just not nearly as much as the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed.
And but this is just fantastic. And
the war and battle scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot of good stuff in this. I mean, there is. I mean, like, for 2 episodes, I was just, like, riveted. And, like, when I put it on, I'm like, I got that done with the first episode. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's that. And it's like, and now here's episode 2. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
good.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Where's episode 3?
Yeah. Am I getting 3? Yeah. Do I hear 3? You know. So.
I like Elrond, too.
Yeah.
I like where he's at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's good.
It's very good. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I've been waiting. I was hoping it was going to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, God, it's the most expensive TV series ever made.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know.
Yeah.
It keeps going for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Look what they did to Crystal.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was Netflix.
Yeah, true.
You know.
This is Prime, huh?
Yeah.
So, yeah. A lot of enjoyment there.
Yeah.
I've also watched The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Not The Walking Dead, but the Chronicle series, the shorts. Well, they're not really short.
Yeah, the episodic version.
Yeah. Excellent.
Tales of the Walking Dead.
Excellent. I liked it.
I always feel like...
I didn't know Terry Crews could act.
Oh, yeah. I knew he could.
He's decent at it.
Yeah. Like, that's one of those shows... Like, I kick myself for having not, like, fought through. Because, like, you and I... Like, we would go on rants on this podcast about how it was the best damn show on TV, period.
And it was.
And it was. For a very long time. And then it hit a rut in that 7th season.
Yeah.
Like at 6 and 7, like once Negan got introduced, that's a shame to say because Jeffrey D. Morgan was fantastic as Negan. But once you introduced Negan, it like nosedived so hard.
Yeah. It did.
It honestly did. And like I found it unwatchable.
It was almost like it couldn't live up to the governor.
Yeah.
In a way. Negan did. And then it just could not live up to Negan. The Negan death scene where he pulls out the bat. We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
You just can't live up to that.
Yeah.
And then once Rick left, I was like...
Yeah.
Because I was so invested in the Rick character.
Right.
And I had to go through the whole fucking year of him farming and bullshit.
Yeah.
And I had to sit through that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Seeing his dead wife and shit. I'm
Yeah.
like, done with it. You know? And then... So I sat through all that, and then when he gets killed off, in quotes, I was like, yeah. And they introduced that girl, the junkie lady. I couldn't stand her. I hated her accent.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand her whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, it just...
And it's a shame, because I wanted to watch more of the Whisperers and stuff like that, and I knew what was coming.
Yeah.
But I couldn't stand it anymore. And I didn't think Daryl was... Don't get me wrong. I love Daryl.
Yeah.
Right? But he's the right-hand man character.
Yeah.
He's not the lead.
Yeah.
And he never was.
No, I agree.
He was always Rick's. He was, he was always the right hand. He had a story arc of his own.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and I just couldn't. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So like, I mean,
but this,
yeah,
is good.
Right.
First episode has Terry Crews in it, and I cannot remember her name for the life of me. Anyway, a popular actress is in it. The second episode was really good, and that has Parker Posey in it.
Well.
Yeah, but it's Parker Posey, like, really good, though. Like, mouthy and pissed off.
Yeah.
That's a good Parker Posey. And she acts well. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Parker Posey's that good.
So...
Anthony Edwards is in this?
Yeah, Anthony Edwards is in the fourth episode.
Mm-hmm.
The third episode was good. I just didn't care for the actress.
Olivia Munn?
Olivia Munn. That was the one with Terry Crews.
Yeah.
Second one was with Parker Posey and someone else.
Yeah.
And then the third one had... It was good. It just... I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like the actress. And then the fourth one has Anthony Edwards in it.
Yeah.
And it was cool Anthony Edwards in it because I've been watching ER.
Yeah.
So... I loved ER. I did. I liked ER because it was so true. Like, when they got into the medical stuff...
Right.
I understood what they were saying.
Right.
Like, it was... Crichton was that good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It was like the modern day MASH.
Yeah.
In a sense. I mean, he was that detailed. And that's how his books were, too. But
right.
This was all like... This wasn't Grey's Anatomy. I mean, it was to a certain extent about the outside drama.
Right.
But when it came to the medical stuff going on in the hospital,
mm-hmm.
a lot of that was for real.
Yeah.
I mean, like, true ER setting, which I appreciated. I like how it's dated, too, because, like, the experimental stuff they're going through, like diabetes experimental drug they were going to help this person use. Well, now it's the mainstay.
Yeah.
Now everybody uses this drug.
Well, I mean, what ER started, like 1991, 1992?
So. Yeah.
You know, and it ran for, 15, 20 years, something like that. I mean, it ran forever.
Maybe earlier than that.
I mean, Grey's Anatomy's been running forever.
Right. But some of their shit's ridiculous.
Right.
Most of it is. But ER was, like, really good.
Yeah.
And you got invested in the characters.
Right.
The characters were a little bit more believable, I think, than Grey's.
Yeah.
Plus, it's fucking Anthony Edwards.
Yeah. Clooney back in the day.
Oh, I was Anthony. Yeah. Clooney. There's a lot of people on that show.
Yeah. Tarantino directed a number of episodes the first season.
Yeah. It was just a good show.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it was good to see Anthony Edwards in this role.
Yeah.
He was excellent.
Yeah.
And he was like... I watched that Inventing Anna. And he was in that.
Yeah.
Sub role. But it's good to see him acting.
Yeah.
And he was acting in this.
Yeah.
So it was good. So
That's
I
good.
highly recommend it. It's so good. I love the fact that it's episodic. And, like, it's just these stories. You know? It blows a lot of it out of the water. Like, as far as, like... What was that other Walking Dead show? I forget what it was called. I got into it, like, first 3 episodes, and I was done with it.
Yeah, that was... I can't remember, that wasn't very good.
No. But, like, this is really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, watch that. I watched... Samaritan.
I was going to watch that today. I just ran out of time.
Oh, man.
I had shit going on all day today. I was like, I want to get this in because it looks really fucking good.
It was good. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, I did not see it coming. I'm just going to put it that way.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like,
yeah.
And acting's good. He sort of plays he's kind of Balboa-ish in a sense, a little bit.
Well, I mean, for those who don't know, this is an Amazon Prime movie. Yeah. It has Sylvester Stallone in it. And the concept is that he was a superhero like 20 years ago, and it's presumed that he died. And the reality is he went away, and he's like a trash man now.
Yeah.
But the world's going to shit, and this kid figures out who he is and is trying to convince him to come back.
Right.
And that's the basic premise that I've gotten from like the trailer and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. I highly suggest watching it.
Yeah. I'm planning on watching it tomorrow.
Good acting.
Yeah.
Good good suspense.
Yeah.
Good stuff from Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
I love him in these types of roles. Like, what was that cop movie he was in? He was good in that, too.
Oh, Copland?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the thing that people forget, like, Sylvester Stallone can't act.
Oh, yeah. He's just not the Expendables guy.
Yeah. I mean, if you go back to the original First Blood, I mean, that wasn't really an action movie.
Oh, no, not the original.
No. Like, I mean, that told a very intriguing story, and he acted very well in it. Now, I mean, it has action elements in it because of the nature of it, but, I mean, overall, I mean...
It's when Bowie knives start.
Yeah.
His knives went crazy.
Oh, yeah.
After First Blood.
Rambo knives.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted a
and
Rambo
then when
knife.
the second one hit, everybody had
everybody had to have one of those.
Survival knife.
Yeah. And it had fucking big-ass useless blade, a compass. Yeah. Like, inside we had, like, matchsticks and, like, some, like...
A wire that can cut trees down.
Yeah, and all sorts of stupid shit. And it was like, they were selling for, like, $50 at, like...
Yeah.
5 and dime stores,
Yeah, terrible. But First Blood.
Yeah.
But the guy can act. He acted well in Rocky too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a number like Nighthawks, the one, the was it Victory, the one of the soccer.
That was a great.
That's a great movie.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Which had Pele.
It had Pele in it, yeah. So, I mean, like, there are a number of movies, if you look throughout his career, where you go, wow, Sylvester Stallone can really act. But then there are also a number of movies throughout his career where you're like, it's Tango and Cash. Great movie, fun to watch.
Right.
It's strictly popcorn, but he does have movies in his repertoire where you go, you're like, wow, he can act, and he can act very well.
Well, especially like in
Lords of Flatbush.
Yeah, Rhinestone.
Rhinestone. Oh.
But he was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking.
Rhinestone. I can't believe you brought that up.
Lords of Flatbush.
Wait.
Death Race.
This is the only podcast where somebody's going to bring up Lords of Flatbush.
Hey. It's a good film. Huh. He was in an episode of Kojak.
There you go.
Isn't that funny?
That is funny.
He was in Cannonball, too. Not Cannonball 2, but Cannonball as well.
Was he? I don't remember that.
Fosio, uncredited.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Me neither. And then Rocky.
Yeah.
Fist. Paradise Alley. Rocky 2. Nighthawks. Victory. Rocky 3. First Blood. Huh, he's uncredited. He was in Staying Alive as well.
I remember that.
I don't remember seeing him.
Well, there's a scene where Travolta's walking down the street. It's like right after because it was directed by Frank Stallone.
Mm-hmm.
And so Travolta's walking down the street, like he got the job. Mm. So he's like walking down the street, right. And Stallone's walking the other way. He's like wearing a fur coat, and he's got sunglasses on. And Travolta kind of stops and looks. They kind of look at each other and just keep on walking. It's kind of funny,
yeah.
But it's like Stallone, it's like all this like gray people, and you've got Travolta in whatever get up he's in, so he stands out.
Yeah.
And then you've got Stallone like in this like white fur coat.
Nice.
And sunglasses, so he stands out in the crowd as well. And it's like, okay.
Rambo 2.
Yeah.
Rocky 4. Cobra.
Yeah, but that's like when that's really the beginning of the run of like Sylvester Stallone action star.
Sammy Hagar, Winner Takes All.
Oh yeah, he was in the video.
Yeah, Lincoln Hawk.
Yeah. I remember that.
Over the Top.
Over the Top. That's a classic.
Rambo 3.
Yeah.
Lock Up.
Yeah.
Tango and Cash. Rocky 5. Oscar. Right.
Stop, or my mom will shoot.
Yeah, that's next.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Demolition Man, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
The Specialist.
Ooh. That was in that that was in that era of like
I thought I'd seen them all.
No. That was like in that era of like the thriller with like sexual overtones. Like it began with like Fatal Attraction and then the Sharon Stone movie.
Mm-hmm.
And in this like you know, shit like that. And in this movie, like it's Sharon Stone, him, and I can't think of fuck. Can't believe I can't remember the guy's name. Click on the movie because there's the villain James Woods.
Was it James Woods?
Yeah, James Woods isn't. But there's like this like shower scene with Stallone and Sharon Stallone, and like you know you see, you know, Stallone's ass and I think maybe a little bit of his sack. I mean it got pretty in depth. It's like but it's like he like plays like this bomb specialist and like he gets caught up in this tangled in this web of deceit and you know it was bullshit. But it was like in that same vein like Bruce Willis made that one with Madonna.
Yeah.
You know, it was like shit like that where it was like, you know, you're like, what the fuck is this? You know.
Judge Dredd.
It's horrible.
Assassins.
That's not very good either.
Daylight, which I kind of...
Daylight's very good.
Yeah. Copland.
That's a fantastic movie.
An Alan Smithy film, Burn Hollywood Burn.
I don't recall that.
He was in Ants.
I do remember that. Yeah, he was a voice.
Get Carter.
Yeah, that wasn't very good, though.
I know. Driven. I See You. Avenging Angela.
Yeah.
He was Paul Revere in Liberty's Kids.
The fuck?
Can you imagine his voice as Paul Revere?
Yeah. The British are coming.
I'm looking. And then Rocky Balboa.
Yeah. Yeah, he had like a renaissance now. You get Rocky Balboa, you get
Rambo.
John Rambo, you get
I don't know what this is.
The Expendables come up.
Kambaket Ishk.
That might be like a Bollywood movie he made.
He's got boxing. That's weird. Expendables.
Yeah.
The first Expendables was pretty good.
That's a fantastic movie.
He was the lion and the zookeeper.
Yeah, I remember that.
Expendables 2. Bullet to the Head. Never saw it.
I think I did, and it was like, meh.
Escape Plan, which I liked.
Yeah, that's got Schwarzenegger in it.
Yeah. Expendables 3. Creed. I liked him in Creed.
Yeah.
Guardian of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Escape Plan 2. I
Yeah.
like that. Creed 2. I actually like Creed 2. Backtrace. I don't know what that is.
No, neither do I.
I don't. Escape Plan: The Extractors. Never saw it.
Yeah, it was straight to DVD.
Yeah. Rambo: Last Blood.
Yeah.
And Suicide Squad. Samaritan.
Yeah.
Expendables 4, and then Guardians 3.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, good film. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know how to describe it. Just a good movie.
Yeah, I love a good movie.
It's entertaining with a good twist.
I want to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was badass.
Some
of the scenes were like, fuck.
Yeah. I did watch, I'm watching, and it's an odd show for me to be watching, but I'm kind of hooked. It's called Welcome to Wrexham.
Okay.
And it's a docu-series. And it's about Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney.
Oh, with the soccer team.
Buying a soccer team.
Yeah.
And, like, Wrexham, Wales.
Is it good?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Like, and there's things about it that I get. Like, I don't get soccer.
Yeah.
Or football, as you European people were just continue to insist on calling it.
Yeah.
The rest of the world, here it's soccer. But, like, I don't get the game. But I get the passion. Like, and they're talking to, like, the people of this town, and the town's a lot like Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a steel town, a coal mining town. That shit got shut down, and the town went to hell, and the team went with it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like that thing of, like, all we have is this team.
Yeah.
Like, Pittsburgh's a city where if the Steelers lose on Sunday, the city is miserable on Monday.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and it's miserable the rest of the week.
Yeah.
You know, so I understand that passion, and I understand, like, how that could be a big, like, for anybody. Like, I mean, this guy's talking about, like, my wife left me. I got depressed during COVID because I couldn't go to the games.
Yeah.
I couldn't take my children to the games that I grew up watching, whether the team's good or bad.
Yeah, yeah.
This is like my life.
Yeah.
You know, and like you talked about his mental issues, and he admits he has mental issues, but at the same time, part of it's just attached to this team.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like very interesting to see like how these people are, but also like how like hope springs when all of a sudden here come these two Hollywood big shots infusing money into the team.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to update the stadium. We're going to update the team. We're going to spend money and bring in a big-time player. We're going to bring in a big-time coach. We're going to do all these things to try to make this team better because they're in the 4th division.
Yeah.
Like, and one of the things that always fascinates me about, like, European soccer is the divisions. Like being regulated.
Uh-huh.
Like, if you suck, you drop down a league.
Okay.
It's like the equivalent of like the Pirates. Like 30 years ago, the Pirates were on top of baseball. They were, you know, an inning away from going to the World Series in 1992.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were one of the best teams in baseball. So it would be like the equivalent of like the Pirates going from like the major league level to over the past 30 plus years sucking so bad that they're now playing rookie league baseball. Okay. And they suck at that.
Okay.
You know, that's like what would be the equivalent of how far this team has dropped. Mm-hmm. So, and you're stuck there. And like the next level down is like it's not even like it's like semi-pro.
Okay.
Like you're a step away from being a semi-pro team.
Yeah.
You know, like this is embarrassing. And like in their history, you know, they were beating like, you know, Man United and stuff. Uh-huh. You know, they were beating like the teams that the household names of soccer now, they were dominating 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah. But
now, through bad ownership and a lot of other things that have just fallen upon this team, they've fallen all the way down to like this national league.
Yeah.
That's an embarrassment to be in.
Yeah.
You know. And so the ownership's goal is to promote.
Right.
You know, we've got to get this team up to the next level, and then from there to the, you know, build to get to the next. You know, it's a matter of building.
Yeah.
And so that concept is interesting to me about the show. Is that each episode's like a half hour long. There's 4 episodes out. I mean, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney are fun. You know, but like I think the thing I'm enjoying more is this city and the way it feels about its team.
Yeah.
Because I can identify with that. Mm. Like even McElhenney at the beginning kind of talks like, I'm from Philadelphia when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. It was the 3rd best day of my life behind my wedding and the birth of my kids.
Yeah.
You know, that's how much the Eagles mean to me.
Yeah.
So I understand how much this team means to you.
Yeah.
Because I've been there in a way.
Yeah.
You know. So that type of stuff, like I just enjoy it, and it's weird I'm watching it because I have no interest in the sport.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I think the story, which is always much more interesting than the sport sometimes, is what has me pulled in.
Yeah.
You know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll give it a look.
Yeah, it's on FX, but I mean, you can watch it on Hulu.
Yeah.
You know. I think it comes out on Sundays and it's available on Hulu on Monday.
I finished the Orville.
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned that to me. You texted that to me.
Yeah.
Hawthorne's in the box.
Oh, okay. Excellent. So good.
Yeah.
I won't go into it, but it's just a great show.
It's that good of a show.
Yeah, I loved it. I love the ending.
Yeah. Yeah, when like all the K-1 showed up, they're like, I was just like, it's cool. I invited them.
Yeah.
You know.
The jokes.
Yeah.
The best man jokes.
Oh.
Terrible. Oh. Like, that was Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
All kidding aside.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Clayton's just like, like,
yeah, he's always like
killing it. Like he's like killing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like even like the bachelor party with like him like doing like the Elvis, like horrible.
So, yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
for sure. Really enjoyed that. Loved it.
Yeah.
What else? That's all I watched.
Yeah.
I think. Huh. But I like the fact that it went on Disney.
Yeah.
That way I don't have to sit through the goddamn commercials.
Yeah, and
that's what was taking me forever.
And I'm hoping that kind of... it's more exposure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm hoping like more people are watching it on Disney Plus. And I'm hoping that because they're watching it on Disney Plus, you know, the powers that be will say, okay, this deserves a fourth season.
Yeah.
You know? Now, I mean, if it doesn't get a fourth season, I'm satisfied. And I get that ending left things open but closed at the same time.
Yeah.
But still, I'd love to see a fourth season of this at some point.
Sure.
You know, because I think, you know, Seth MacFarlane is on to something. He's done something incredible.
Yeah.
You know.
Sort of like when he made Family Guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, because it hadn't been done before. Like, I mean, like, we make the joke, like, oh, just this copy of The Simpsons. But at the same time, like, I mean, there was
he was pushing limits in
Yeah.
fucking The Family Guy that Simpsons never even attempted to touch. I mean,
I agree.
it was risque.
Yeah.
And American Dad was risque, too.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, so he kind of reinvented himself again with this show.
Right.
Yeah. Good show. Yeah.
But it's like that thing that like makes you wonder, like, what if he could have done a Star Trek show? Like, what if Paramount had said, okay, yeah, we'll let you do it?
Yeah, can you imagine?
Because like they like he said like they almost laughed him out of the room. Like, Seth MacFarlane, we get the guy who does the baby voice? No, I'm not doing that. You know.
He fucked up there.
Yeah.
Because he's got some really good ideas.
Yeah.
And challenging subjects.
Exactly.
You know?
But he handled it very well.
Yeah, but nobody else will touch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, really good.
Like, even the episode where the girl gets kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking to, like, you know, that woman. And he's like, yo, don't talk to me about, like, you know, you manipulated her.
Yeah.
Like, don't act all self-righteous on me when you manipulate, like, a 12-year-old.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
She worships the ground you walk on, and she would have done anything for you, and you fucking know it.
Yeah, yeah.
And you manipulate. You know, he was like, that was, like, powerful. I was like, oh, shit, he went there.
Yeah. I like that episode, second time again or something like that.
Yeah.
Where he was trapped on Earth for like 20 years or something like that. That was heartbreaking.
It was.
I mean, like...
It fucking was.
I was like, holy shit. That was some good acting, dude.
That scene in that living room was amazing. He's like, fuck it, I'm just going to go back 10 more years and find you.
Yeah. He doesn't have a choice.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was like so well done. Like, I mean, it was really, really like I can't describe it because it was like so fucking good. Like, it was great storytelling.
Yeah.
Like he got stuck in time. He spent the first 10 years like in hiding, like he's supposed to. He's like, fuck it.
Yeah, no one's coming back for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna live my life.
Yeah.
And he did, and he fell in love. He did everything you want, and like they're gonna take it away from you.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I understood his point. Like I honestly thought they were gonna leave him behind. And when he's like, fuck it, I'll just get back 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, but that's the directive. I mean, like he had to.
Right, I understand that.
I know.
And like the amazing
even
thing
he was crossed with it.
And then even the amazing thing was they told him.
Yeah.
That was the thing I was even more shocked by. And like he's like, well, you did what you had to do.
I know.
Like it was because like, but he hadn't had those life experiences. But like, still, it was like I wouldn't have told him.
Yeah, but the two of them were so upset. You could see how upset they were when they did tell him.
Yeah.
They were destroyed.
Yeah.
Because that's their best friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it was an extraordinarily powerful episode of storytelling that it really made you feel something.
And they ended with a drink.
Yeah. But like it also like begs that question, like, well, what happened to that timeline?
Yeah.
Like like they were sitting there and she's asking like, well, what happens now? I was like, I don't know.
Right.
Like so does that timeline just continue or?
Yeah, or is it just a different?
Yeah. Does it just
universe?
end? Yeah. I mean, it's a fascinating. It was so well done.
Yeah. I like him though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think he's just the pilot is just so good.
Yeah.
In this show. Oh, when I like that episode where it was funny when what's his name's daughter was falling in love with him.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, when they were like all there.
Yeah.
And then dude was like,
Yeah.
And
the engineer's like, everybody else is kind of like grinning and shit. He's like, come on, man, figure it out. Yeah. And he finally figures it out. He's like, oh, shit.
And he says something to
yeah.
us. So funny. Yeah. He's just a good character. And he's an amazing singer.
And you know what crushed me is the navigator's death.
Yeah.
Spoiler. I'm sorry. But I need to talk about it. Like, that moment crushed me. I had to pause because I was crying. I honestly did. Like, when she says, I'm coming. Like, to like your girlfriend. Like, I'm coming, Michelle, or whatever her name was. Like, I was just like, I was devastated.
I know.
I was fucking... And, like, her character arc throughout the entire season and what it ends up meaning to, like, the Kalon's, like, I don't understand. Why did she do it?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point? Like, to save all of our asses, she sacrificed herself for you, who she fucking despises.
Yeah, right.
Because that's what being human's all about. And it was like... But, like, that moment, like, where, like, she's just like, I'm coming. Here I come.
Yeah. The speech.
Oh. Again.
Dude, that was some good shit.
Like, just killed me.
I know, right? Yeah, there's just so many good moments in this series.
Yeah.
Especially when Isaac gave the speech. I was like, for real, is he really going to do that? How are they going to pull this off?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. And then, like, after when it was done, I was devastated again. I was, like, fucking pausing it again. Like, I just got to cry for a minute.
It was so good. It was so good. Yeah. Just amazing storytelling.
Right.
Amazing acting.
But, like, her story arc throughout the entire season, like, it hurts me that she's gone.
Right.
Because that story was so compelling. And, like, when she had that moment with the other Kalon, the one that had emotions.
Yeah.
And he's describing to her what hell they went through. Like, this is why we are the way we
that
are.
Was powerful. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Like that.
And then the flashback scenes with it.
Yeah. Like, I'm watching that, and I'm just, and like, you could see, like, okay, I kind of get it now. Like, it's still, I don't know if she ever crossed the line, but like, at least with Isaac, she was like, I understand.
Yeah.
You know? And it was like one of those things, like, I mean, her character arc throughout the series, that season, was so fucking good, and I'm just bummed that she's gone.
I like that story with the other Kalon because it was like a story within a story.
Right. And then, like, him, like, that moment where he has emotions, and he's like, Claire, I fucking love you. I can't tell you, I can't put to words how much you make me feel. Gone like that, and he doesn't even remember it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that was so painful.
I know, right?
Like, I felt so bad. I mean, to elicit, I'm sorry, and I know Stork is rolling his eyes right now, and I understand you're perfectly entitled to your opinion, but to elicit these kind of emotions that I felt, especially over season 3. Season 3 was one of the best seasons of television I've ever watched.
All right.
Like, it's that good. And, like, to elicit these kind of emotions out of me, I'm not saying it's hard to do. Because I emotionally invest myself in these programs, in these characters. But, like, to get this deep, to move me this much, like this show does, especially this 3rd season, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, it really rocked me to my core sometimes with some of these episodes.
I know.
I mean, I honestly, like, and it's really well done television that it tackles subject matter that's delicate, and it does it very, very well.
Yeah. God, it was good.
Yeah.
Oh, when they kidnapped his daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
That episode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and he just beat the living fuck out of that dude.
Yeah.
But that was a real emotion.
Yeah.
Like, that wouldn't have happened on Star Trek.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't have.
Yeah. But I mean, like, Bortus was just like, you know.
Rage.
Yeah.
And he took his other eye.
Yeah. Take my daughter out of here. I got business to attend to. You know?
Yeah. I mean, like, and then when he brought her to the court.
Yeah.
And he was crying.
Oh.
When Bortus cries, it's like, it's amazing.
And that speech, like, that, again, extraordinarily well done.
Yeah.
Extraordinarily well done.
Yeah.
And, like, I can't believe, like, again, like, I mean, again, it elicited emotion from me. I felt, like, awful for his daughter. I felt awful for him. Like, there was a queasiness about, like, him just beating the fuck out of that dude.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and, like...
Showing true power.
Right. But also, like, the scorn he had for, like, the ambassadors and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, he was, like, just, like, legit, like, he's like, I am not a part of this. I am relinquishing my citizenship. You can kiss my ass.
And then there was the part where he came back, the husband.
Cletus, yeah. Clayton. Yeah, when he comes
Cletus.
back. Cletus, yeah. But when he comes back, like, it's, like, such a moving moment, too.
Oh, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about.
Like, I didn't hate you. I hated the situation.
He
like,
was owning up.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that was, like, really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when he invited her to stay for soup.
Yeah.
That was even touching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's changing.
Yeah.
He's
trying.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy good. Crazy good.
It is. It really is. And like I said, I mean, to hit my emotional core like that, the way this show did,
yeah,
and like pull emotions out of me that like I haven't felt for a TV show, honestly, probably since Battlestar.
Right.
You know.
I also like, and this is the last I'll talk about it, but I like Isaac's. It's hard to say evolution,
right,
to a certain extent, but they've written it in a way where there's a small piece of evolution, going on. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, even though everyone, he can't feel, he can't love, he can't do this, he can't do whatever. You know what I mean? But there's always that moment where he says, "Can you help me put the controls in for this?"
Yeah.
And he knows
Yeah.
it's useless, but he does it to appease her.
Right.
So there's just a tad bit of growth.
Right.
On every circumstance that he's
even like the little thing like I can't feel emotion, I don't love you, but I will marry you and I will spend the rest of my living days protecting your descendants.
It's crazy, right?
Like she was like rocked by that when he proposed marriage. Like this is why I want to marry you, because I can protect your descendants for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Tell me that it's not nuts.
Yeah.
But he also admits that when there's something upsetting between the two of them, he doesn't perform.
Right.
Like he can't function right.
Right.
He makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Which they're not supposed to make mistakes.
Right. I'm distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's somewhat of learning going on.
Right.
That, but the episode where he got emotions was like,
oh. Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, the actor came out.
Yeah.
Like, that was a good acting moment for
Yeah.
him. It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know, it was a complete change.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can really think, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of shows, but the only thing I can, like, sort of compare it to, just because I loved it as a kid, but when Scrooge realizes who he is.
Yeah.
And, like, he loves everybody, and this,
right.
that, and the other, and he's feeling, like, this wave of emotion for family, Tiny Tim,
right.
and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Buying presents. That was always my favorite part of Scrooge.
Right.
Like, coming out of the darkness, in a sense. And that's what Isaac was doing. He was just coming out of it and just saying, I can't believe. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking crazy.
Well, I mean, you can compare it to, you know, in Generations when Data puts in the emotion chip.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he, like, well, Lucy, you didn't like that. No, that's it. I didn't like it. It's horrible. You know, I mean, like, Brett Spiner played that very, very well.
Yeah.
Like that. But he also, like, played, like, the over-the-top aspect of, like, what fear did to him. And, like, you know, stuff like that. So there's a lot of interesting...
What's her name? Remember when she...
Oh, yeah.
The Queen?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but that was in the next movie.
Yeah, I know.
But just in, like, in Generations, like, that's when he first put in the chip.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, in First Contact, he has that moment, he's like, I'm feeling fear. Maybe I should turn off my emotions chip.
Yeah.
And Picard's like, yeah, maybe you should. And he does that, and he's like, okay, I'm better. And Picard's like, sometimes I envy you, Data. You know, because, I mean, like, because Picard doesn't have that option.
Yeah.
You know.
Picard had a fucked up childhood, man.
Yeah. Yeah. How that guy turned out right?
Yeah, how he made it that far is like...
I have no fucking clue. You know, he should be fucking making wine his entire life. Like, he should not be the captain of a starship.
He's got demons.
Yeah. He should not be leading. Like, no wonder he's, like, pissed at the board.
And he's blacked it all out, half of it.
Yeah.
It's like he's hidden it.
Yeah.
It's like... Jesus.
It's a very French thing to do.
Yeah. Picard. So, anyway.
Oh, my. Let's see here. I'm getting the old... Alright, so this was kind of interesting. This is an article, like, it's talking about... Like, right now, if you're looking at what's playing at the movie theaters, what's coming out, what's new, not much of interest.
Yeah.
A lot of B and C level movies are out right now.
Yeah.
You know, and this article's like, movie theaters need help. We need blockbusters still.
Yeah.
Like, and traditionally, this is like a time of the year where like movies that are coming out are like usually like movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think like the studios went back to that model of like, okay, we released big movies in May, June, July, beginning of August, and then we ramp it down until like October.
Right.
You know. And what the story's kind of talking about is like movie theaters need the income.
Yeah.
Like, and while it was a good summer, it wasn't a phenomenal summer.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there were some movies that made money. There was, you know, Maverick, which, you know, blew expectations out of the water. But overall, like, it wasn't a phenomenal summer, but it was a good enough summer.
Right.
But you need to keep encouraging people to come out to the movie theaters. And the movies that you're putting out right now, ain't going to do it.
Yeah.
And, there's always, like, that time, like, you know, after Christmas, like, February, March, April, like, again, nothing comes out. Like, you know, very, very little comes out that you're like, oh, that's a must-see.
Yeah.
You know? And, so, like, the studios are going back to that model. And I understand why. Like right this time of year, like, what are your weekends made up of if you're a family? Well, high school football.
Yeah.
You know, some sort of kids' activities. You know, there's shit going on at school. Like, there's shit going on now at this time of year that families are being pulled away from fun.
Yeah.
Or, like, the fun of going to a movie theater. So, traditionally, this time of the year, it's slower anyway.
Yeah.
Like, putting out, like, a Marvel movie this time of the year would make little to no sense because high school football is in full swing. High school soccer is in full swing. You know, all these fall sports that are in full swing now because of school starting.
Right.
School's in full swing. You know, so, like, who has time to go to a movie theater?
Which makes it even more easy to just purchase it on TV.
Right. You know, so I understand why the studios are doing what they're doing, and the theaters are crying for help financially still, coming out of COVID, and, like, right now they're not getting it because of what's going on. I feel like it's like a balancing act of, like, you know, what are we going to do?
Right.
You know, I understand, like, why would you put out a $100 million movie that's probably only going to make $50 million this time of year?
Right.
Like, it's just not going to draw.
Right.
The families who are going to see those movies have other things in their plate this time of year.
Right.
Like, am I wrong in thinking that?
No, I agree. But I don't know what you're going to put out.
Right. I mean, they just have to limp through until, you know, November, December, when the holiday movies come out.
Right.
In all honesty, I mean, and that's a shitty thing to say, but it's true, because that's at that time of year now people have time again.
Right.
You know, most high school sports have wrapped up. You know, the fall sports. You know, maybe you have like some basketball going on or something, but even that doesn't really ramp up until after Christmas.
Right.
You know, people are shopping. You know, while they're out there, like, hey, let's go see a movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the draw of, like, why that time of year does well.
Yeah.
But then after that, people are broke. People don't want to go out. So January, February, March, there's nothing to you're not going to put out a movie because nobody's going to go see it.
Right. Right.
You know? So, like, I get the studios sticking to the plan, but I also understand the movie theaters who are like, you know, I mean, let's face facts. Phoenix Theater here in North Versailles is shutting down.
Yeah.
You know, bums me out, but, you know, they're crying for help. I don't know what the answer is, because I just don't think I can't see a studio saying, oh yeah, we should have put this movie out here.
Right, because they're not going to.
Yeah, let's put this tentpole movie out in September.
Right. Nah.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, I mean, I wish I had an answer for movie theaters is the problem.
Right.
And I don't. You know, so hopefully they survive. You know, I mean, I do, but I feel like, I mean, this is a problem. Like, big theaters will probably survive it. They could probably absorb it a little bit better. but it's like the mom and pop theaters, the smaller theaters that, you know, I worry about. Like Phoenix, I think, you know, Phoenix takes a dive here, you know, and it sucks. But I also feel like it's that awkward situation of like, that theater is over 20 years old.
Yeah.
It needs to be renovated. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I understand you probably didn't have the finances to do it because of COVID, but you needed to find a way to at least update it a little bit on the inside.
Yeah.
You know? And they tried, and over the years, they tore out like 3 theaters and put in like a trampoline park.
Yeah.
You know, they had that shitty bar upstairs that never, like, no matter what they tried with it, never really worked.
Right.
But like, just like from the theater experience and of sitting in the seats, I always felt like, over the past 5 years, I felt like, man, this theater needs renovated.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's really renovated for like 10 years.
Yeah. You know, I'm not saying they should have had like the luxury seats or anything, but like, you know, they needed to update the seating, you know, maybe the sound system a little bit, stuff like that. There were things that need to be done to renovate those theaters to make them more compatible or more comparable with what's out there now. But the flip side of that is, you probably wouldn't have gotten $5 movie tickets then.
No.
You know.
No, you would not have.
I mean, I remember going to the Dollar Theater in West Mifflin, and it would be like, hey, just so you know, the theater you're about to sit in does not have air conditioning. So you're probably going to get hot.
Right.
Just let you know now. We'll give you a free refill on your Coke. You know, like, you know, shit like that. You know, hey, you don't want to sit in those seats there. There's a drip.
Right.
You know, well, what's it a drip of? Well, we don't know, but we don't recommend sitting there. Okay. You know, so it was shit like that. Like, you know, that. So I understand why, like, you know, that's tough to do, but it's upsetting that that theater's shutting down, because I like going there. It was close. Like, even before it was cheap, it was close.
Right.
Was like my biggest point. Like, it's a 5-minute drive.
Right.
Like, if I could look at it and say, hey, this movie starts in 20 minutes, I'm going to drive up there and see it.
Yeah.
You know.
Now there's more planning.
Yeah. And also, I mean, that's where I watched the prequels. I think I watched all 3 prequels there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I think I watched all 3 Lord of the Rings movies there.
Nice.
Yeah. So, no, I didn't see all 3. I saw the first one. I saw episode 1 at South Hills Village with Thad.
Yeah.
We went to South Hills Village to see it. So before Thad corrects me. He will anyway. He'll probably write some. I stuck a finger in your bum that night. I can't believe you didn't remember.
Yeah.
All right, well, anything you'd like to add to the proceedings there, sir?
No, I'm good.
Well, remember, there are a number of different ways you can reach out and touch us. You can send us an email like Thad does each and every week. Most of the time, it's unusable. Mm. And the email address is pittsburghnerd@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Pittsburgh Nerd. We're very, very easy to find. And we're also on a number of podcasting networks. You can find us on the Tangent Bound Network, the Weeby Geeks Network, and the Pod Breed Network. Just give them a Google search. You can find all the other great podcasts they have to offer. And lastly, as always, I want to thank you, dear listener, for checking us out each and every week. I can't thank you enough. I know Ian can't either.
Yeah.
We appreciate any and all support you give us.
Yep.
And on that note, the dreamer has awakened.
Peace.